Hi guys, welcome back to the Abby Cakes YouTube channel. Today we are going to be making cakesicles and decorating them with chocolate transfer sheet decorations. I don't have a lot of experience with chocolate transfer sheets, but I'm very intrigued by them as opposed to edible images because they can be kind of finicky to work with. So I have a couple different chocolate transfer sheets here. The first is just a design I got from Amazon. These are already made, ready to go, and just transfer onto whatever you're working with. We'll try those out in a little bit. What I really like is the blank transfer sheets because we can do whatever we want with them. So this is how the blank one comes. It has these kind of washed out spots here, and I think it's just because it's hot in Arizona and it was shipped to us, and I don't know how long it was sitting in the mail. So this is what it looks like blank. And then I have already printed some designs onto a couple transfer sheets, getting ready for fall. So I've got these ready to go, and we're gonna try to figure out how to put them on a cakesicle. My first thought, obviously, with a chocolate transfer sheet is to try to just press it straight onto the cakesicle. So these are already ready to go. They're room temperature. They've been sitting for a little bit. I'm pretty certain it's not going to stick, but we'll give it a try. So I'm gonna go straight onto the cakesicle. And I'm gonna take a little stick here and just try to scrape the design on without messing up the cakesicle. All right, let's see. Well, it kind of was on there. If you look really closely, you can see from the scraping, there's like some indentations into the chocolate, but it's not bad. It's not perfect though. Like you can't really see the entire design. It didn't all come off. So my next thought is to steam the cakesicle so that it's a little bit wet, if you will, and then put the transfer sheet image onto here and see if it dries together, and then we'll peel off. So I'm gonna take a steamer and steam this cakesicle. Obviously I can't steam it too much that it melts, but I think we can definitely get it wet. Okay. I don't think you can press it on. I think you have to leave it alone. Once you do that, you have to leave it alone. So when I steamed it, even though it didn't look like it was melted, as soon as I put my transfer sheet onto it, the chocolate kind of spread. Like I'm pretty sure there will be a layer that's like extended past the cakesicle mold. If you guys have ever worked with chocolate transfer sheets and you have some tips, send them our way because I am anxious to get this down. I want to put chocolate transfer sheets on all of our chocolate stuff like cakesicles, cake pops, truffles, so send your tips our way. So I'm gonna go throw this in the fridge for a few minutes. That way the chocolate will set and then we'll bring it back out and peel it off. Okay, our cakesicle is out of the fridge. Let's peel off the transfer sheet. Well, it's not the best, but it's not bad. If we were going for a very boho rustic vibe, it's semi on there. I can tell definitely that the chocolate was melted right there, and I pressed it on and it kind of pushed out a little bit. I guess between the two, definitely just rubbing off onto the cakesicle looks better than this one. Well, we'll stick with the pumpkin vibe. Okay, so the transfer sheet needs to go down. And then the actual chocolate part that's printed on will be face up, and we'll pour our melts over that. I'm gonna try this two ways actually. This one kind of goes over to the edges, but I can feel there's a little bit of air coming up, so I think it's gonna end up making like a fault line cakesicle because chocolate is gonna seep around the edges, and then the image will just be kind of in the middle of the cakesicle. I'm gonna take another piece that's smaller and very centered. Okay, so that one's gonna lay just flat at the bottom there. Let's pour our candy melts in. So I think I have to be gentle here. I don't want to ruin the design, so I just am only touching like the top layer of the candy melt, not trying to touch the design at all. Okay, I think we will pop these in the refrigerator for a few minutes and then we'll bring them back out and see if it worked. All right, our cakesicles are out of the fridge, so let's see how they did. So it looks pretty, except the transfer sheet is still on the top layer. It wouldn't have been a problem, I don't think, if the chocolate didn't come over it a little bit. and cover up the ends of the transfer sheet. So I'm gonna see if with a knife I can get that off. Well, it's really not bad, actually. That came out pretty nice. I think it's the cleanest of all of the images transferred on, but it's still pretty close to the one that we just scraped on. Okay, let's try the other one where we had the transfer sheet going up the sides. And this transfer sheet just popped right off. But it didn't take very well as far as the actual shape of the cakesicle. It could have been just the way I laid it in the fridge, and I did carry it while the chocolate was still wet, so maybe that was part of it, but the image really, I don't know, it took really well, and I think I like that it covers like the whole thing. It's really nice actually, minus the wonky shape. So the last thing that we're gonna try is making a decoration to put on top of the cakesicle using the chocolate transfer sheet. So I have my sheet that I printed on. I'm just gonna lay it down, chocolate side up, shiny transfer part against the pan. I'm gonna pour my chocolate on, my candy melt onto the chocolate sheet. Try to smooth it out as best as possible. Okay. So this is on here. I am going to go put it in the fridge and let it sit, and then we'll come back and cut out a decoration. Okay, our decoration is out of the fridge, and it really, in the fridge, popped right off as soon as it was dry. So that's what it looks like. It looks so good. And this is just the candy melt with the chocolate transfer image over. So I have a pan of hot water going. I'm gonna wait till it's boiling. I'm gonna dip my metal cutters in there, dry them off so that they're warm but not full of water, and then cut out our decorations to place onto the cakesicle. So if your metal cutter is hot enough, you should be able to just press it onto the chocolate decoration, very light pressure, and it'll kind of just start melting away everything around it. This is not hot enough yet. You don't wanna press too hard because this will crack. Okay, it's hot. So there's the decoration, pop it out. Oh, it looks so good. Let's try a pumpkin shape. I wouldn't mess with these decorations too much right when you pop them out because the sides are wet since you melted it away. Just set it down. And now we can decorate the cakesicle and add the decoration to it. Okay, we are ready to finish these off. I am going to drizzle this last one here that doesn't have any decoration yet. Put our decoration piece in the center. Okay, let's get these all plated up and see how they look together. Okay, so we have our finished product here, and these are the chocolate transfer sheet cakesicles that we did 4 different ways. This first one here is when we just pressed on the image onto the cakesicle. These 2 are the ones where we actually put the transfer sheet into the mold and then poured our chocolate in. This one here, we tried to melt our cakesicle a little bit to get it warmed up and then put the transfer sheet on and then peeled back once it was set. And this one, we actually made a chocolate decoration out of and then added it to the cakesicle. So here's the finished product. They look great. If you guys have any tips, tricks, if you tried them out, let us know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.